Hello, welcome to this 20-minute class designed to stretch and release the legs a little bit. We'll start on our backs and you may need a blanket or a brick and a belt. So start lying on your back and finding a comfortable spot here with your belt at hand. Here's one I prepared earlier. Close your eyes. And take 5 long breaths to indicate to your body that you've landed, you've arrived. To let your mind and your mindset know to focus on what's happening on the mat. One more breath. And then you can slowly open the eyes if they were closed. We'll take the right leg in towards the chest here. And then start to lift the leg and rub the back of the thigh. And then you can also rub the back of the calf. Just notice what it feels like. And then from there, having the knee in towards the chest, you can start to take some ankle rolls. If it feels more comfortable for you to lift the leg all the way up towards the ceiling, then you are welcome to do so. Change direction. And then from there, you're going to scrunch the toes. Imagine that you're going to drop a pencil that you've got there. So you drop it, you scrunch, and you drop, and you scrunch, and you drop. Scrunch, drop, scrunch, drop. Well done. Let's do this on the other leg. So replace the right foot down to the floor. Take the left leg in towards yourself and just start to massage the back of the leg there. The thigh. Noticing if there's a little bit of tenderness or tightness. And then into the calf. And then taking the knee in towards the chest, you can take some ankle rolls in one direction. You can even release the other leg if you want to now. And in the other direction. And then you're going to scrunch. So scrunch, release, scrunch, release. Voluntarily taking tension and releasing in order to release more tension. So 5 times does it. Release the left foot flat to the floor. Take the right leg, and we rubbed alongside the back of the legs, but now we're going to take our hands into fists. So the knuckles here will be the one that are doing the massaging, the top knuckles and the bottom one. So we're going to here place the hands behind the knees and then start to release here quite actively. And you can work your way down the thigh, which means you will go more towards the ankle as you make the contact, and as well towards the top of the thighs and the buttocks, and then you can work your way back up. It can be quite intense or not if you're not necessarily very tight in your calves or your thighs. Good. And then let's hug the knees in towards the chest, and we're going to rub the shins. Good. Now, releasing the right leg down towards the floor. You're going to hug the left knee in towards the chest. If you can, you extend the right leg alongside the floor and you keep the toes of the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take the right hand behind the head, tuck the chin, inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to come up. You're activating your muscles of the core, but you're also releasing into the psoas muscles 3 times. So second, you inhale, you release, you exhale, you come up. Let's change side. Take the right knee in, extend the left leg forward. Take the left hand behind the head, tuck the chin, inhale, and then as you exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, forehead to knee. Inhale all the way back down towards the floor. Release both feet flat to the floor. And this time, I'm going to move my props here a little bit. You have your feet to about hip width apart, or slightly out of hip width. You can have the arms out to the side or in cactus arms. Let's take the left shin across the right thigh and then bring the right knee towards the floor. So the left foot may or may not touch the floor. And so you might feel a bit of a stretch onto the outside of the left hip towards the IT band, the glutes. You can even gaze over towards the left arm. If you'd like to make this a little bit more intense, you're going to grab hold of the left foot, bring it a little bit more in, and then tuck the right leg behind. So that also brings a little bit more of a twist in the upper body. But then if you start to very gently push that leg out to the side, it won't go anywhere because it has the right knee in front of it, or behind it rather, but it will certainly give your leg a good stretch. And then let's release. So we slide down, we come back to our starting point, we release the foot down. Over to the other side, right leg comes over, releases over to the side, may well be that the foot goes to the floor or not. Feel free to gaze over towards the right arm or not. Feel that stretch happening, maybe around the glutes, the buttocks, or the hip. The IT band maybe sometimes on the inside. There's no right or wrong with what you're feeling, of course. Only if you want to, you can grab hold of the right leg, bring it a little bit higher up, and then slide that left leg to sort of make a latch, if you like, or an anchor. And then notice the sensation in your body here for about 3 breaths. And then slowly slide the legs back down to your starting point. Bring everything back through towards the center. Release the right leg, the left leg. Allow the knees to knock in and the feet to be a little bit wider. Roll over onto your right side. Press the top hand down, make yourself back up, come back up into a seated posture. on your bottom here. Now, if standing like this just feels a little bit tough on your buttocks, and particularly on the spine, this is where you may well want to be on your blanket, because this will help tip the sitting bones forward. And from here, having the legs wide to stretch a little bit more into the back of the legs. Potentially, this is too much, you bring the legs a little closer. Or if it's more about stretching into the thighs, you can come into more of spidery legs rather than extended out legs. Monitor how it feels in the back. The idea is to keep that back long. And then here you can take your hands in front of you and start to come down. So you're aiming to keep the toes, the shin, the knees, the thighs pointing up. And imagine that your back of the hips as well are pressing down. You take a few breaths here, you may close your eyes, you may even completely extend the front of the body down into the floor if you have that flexibility in your body. And very gently inhale, gaze back up. Slowly uncurl yourself back up. Using your hands, you can slide the legs back together. We're going to take the left leg up and the left knee out. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, turn the belly towards that extended leg and come forward and down. Inhale, gaze back up. Slowly uncurl yourself back up. Take the left knee in and extend the left leg. Take the right knee up and open out to the side. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, turn towards that extended leg and then slowly bring yourself back down. Notice the difference in size, if any. Inhale, gaze back up. Exhale, slowly bring yourself all the way back up towards the top. Left knee comes in and left leg extends. And this is where you might want your belt. You're going to place the belt around the feet. And then slowly bringing the elbows towards the side of the waistline. Lift the chest and then bring yourself forward and down. Keeping the elbows stuck by the side of the waistline will help you keep the back of the body long rather than rounded. very gently bringing yourself back up there. Releasing your belt. And to finish with, we'll turn around and use the sofa. If you haven't got a sofa, there's not a problem. You can take a chair and put it in front of you because it'll be supporting your legs. So either you have your chair, for example, in front of you here, and you'd have your legs on your chair and your head down. Or if you are by a sofa, as I conveniently am, we are going to come bum towards the sofa and then bring the legs back down. And find a little bit of a restful posture here. Those of you who want, you can even have the legs here, maybe shuffle a little closer towards the sofa so your legs are truly supported by the back, the edge there, or the edge of the chair. But today I would rather just release my legs onto the cushions and keep the openness in the body. And just notice how your legs are feeling now. If you feel comfortable too, you can have the legs to being in line, so your heels are in line with your knees. Press down onto the floor, and only if your chair is on the mat as well. Press the hands to the side of the body and start to lift. So you press the heels and you start to lift yourself up a little bit on the shoulders so that you start lengthening into the front of the hips and using your thigh muscles. Try to relax the buttocks. One more breath, and then very gently release yourself down. One knee in towards the chest at a time. Roll over onto the side. Very gently bring yourself back up to being seated, cross-legged if possible. If not, you can have the legs extended, but you will need to bring one leg at a time in, because the last thing we're going to do before we step up and go about our day or our evening would be to massage the inside of the foot. About, 20 to 30 seconds on each foot here. Just noticing if there are any tensed area. Becoming familiar with that part of your body that, after all, takes all of our weight when we stand up and walk about. Let's change side. Is one foot more tender than the other, maybe? And release. And there you have it. This concludes our 20-minute session on releasing and stretching the legs. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.